All righty, that's what we doing. We are walking in rhythm today. Thank you very much. It is, wow, August 20th, 2020. We've lost a whole year. We've lost a whole year. Feeling real good today, a little bit, feeling good every day. But today, I guess it's just something in the atmosphere that makes me want to share this message today. The topic today is really, it really wasn't my topic. It really wasn't. And since then, I've moved my topic for today 2 weeks out because I think that when this topic was brought up to me, it was like, wow, it just came and it was like, it's very fitting for the particular day. And so the topic for the day, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Now, we heard that a lot of times growing up. We heard a lot of things very similar to that, that sort of told people that, you have to also understand that you can't criticize other people for being different, uh, having what you may call bad views in their character that may reflect your character. Because so many times I tell people it's very, very simple for you to get to the bottom of anything. It's either have someone who's a reflector, who actually can be honest with you about your particular initiatives and what you're trying to do, or it could be about a very simple method, just looking in the mirror. And so when that statement came up at first, when I was young, I used to always think, I used to like to throw rocks all the time. I would throw a rock at you in a heartbeat. But I thought when my grandmother, mother, and father used to say that to me about people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, I thought they were really trying to find a sort of a new strategy to tell me stop throwing them rocks, stop throwing them stones at everybody all the time. But when I came into a little bit of maturity in my life, I realized that it was really about you stepping on someone else to exalt your own initiatives. But again, it's going to go back to what I've always said. You can't withdraw what you did not deposit. But let's get into the meat of what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about three things. I want to talk about the process of throwing stones, people in glass houses throwing stones. And so there's a few things that really bring you to that particular initiative in throwing stones. And one is your thoughts. Every single day, most of us wake up, and during the course of the time that we are awoke, not saying that we are woke when we are awoke. It's a difference. It's a difference in the word. Your thoughts, you have 50 to 70,000 thoughts per day. And so when your thoughts, it's how they manifest into just uh, how you take on those particular words, either in the form of pain or in the form of peace. Now, as you are taking on those words in two forms, there's only two forms again, pain or peace, and how those particular thoughts manifest in your spirit. And so the second thing is your words, because as you have these thoughts, they have to manifest, they have to go somewhere. Either they go back into the universe or they go into your words. And so um, when they're your words, they've been marinating a little in your thoughts, right? So now you believe you have to use them to show your stance on a situation, a concern, a dislike, a position of power, a show of solidarity to a group that you are trying to be accepted by, or your own insecurities for what you have become. And then you have to put them into action. So I'm going to summarize that statement. So your words are now things that you think you need to now stand on because of the fact that you believe that what you've manifested through those thoughts now, and now you're putting them into words eventually going to have to take action. And so sometimes we hear a lot of times in this realm, especially of social media, we hear a lot of people who become social media gangsters. They get on and they spew certain things because they know that they're going under a false pretense of their words, because they think that people can't find them, or they think that they will be in a secluded place where no one will recognize them. And so they get on and they spew things that may be in two forms again, either in peace or in pain. But we're going to kind of concentrate a little bit more on the pain today, because that's what really drew me to delivering this message today about people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. And so the third thing is your actions. Now, this is where the rubber meets the road. You see, your thoughts have birthed this initiative. Your words have manifested it, and now your actions have to take a staunch approach to make it a reality and not facilitate. And so now your actions have to take place. And so why did I bring this up? Why did I bring this up today? So I do get on social media. I do listen a little bit. I don't try to inundate my spirit with the garbage or the buffoonery that is being spewed across the airways, the social media platforms too much, because anything that you become confronted with, you have to take it in some form or fashion. So you have to take it in, and then you have to see what you have to do with it. And if you don't get rid of it, it's like the perseverance of a dandelion. You know that if you have dandelions in your yard and they bloom to the white afro, and you blow those dandelions away, eventually those seeds will plant, and a dandelion will grow anywhere. You've seen dandelions growing in the middle of the highway sometimes, in the middle of the street, no soil, nowhere. You're wondering where this dandelion grow from. That's the perseverance of a dandelion's purpose. And so in these actions, and then with these actions of these people, they're like dandelions. They don't care where they plant their information. They just want to make sure they serve their purpose, because they believe that their thoughts have manifested into something of value. And so that's why I'm saying I'm talking a little bit more about the pain. And so why am I saying this? I don't talk politics very often amongst people, because my political views are mine, your political views are yours, and your foundation is what you have to stand on to exalt you to where you want to go and to believe in what you want to believe. But I guess last night there was something that occurred in American history. The people were saying, "Oh my God, it's great that we finally came to this type of um, threshold." And so, Kamala Harris accepted the invitation of being vice president. And so, what I've seen over the last week is so much hate spewed towards her, so much hate spewed just towards her record, so much hate that's saying she's not going to do anything for the black community. Well, we got to look and stand back and take a little reflection on that and say, well, what is the black community doing for the black community? And I don't mean this in a negative sense. I just say, what is the black community doing for the black community? We've been here long enough to now have an agenda that we need to stand on and to present to who's ever in power. But we've become so reactive to certain situations that the first thing we do is we want to find the faults of people in those people, and not take a reflection or look at ourselves in the mirror to find out that those faults are also our faults. Now, please don't think that I am talking to anybody. I'm looking in this camera, so I'm talking to myself. And if I'm going to spew it, I'm going to live it. If I'm going to live it, I'm going to do it. And if I'm going to do it, it's going to get done. So I'm not sitting up here saying that I'm talking to you. I just want you to be a reflection of your words. Be a reflection of your thoughts first. Be a reflection of your words, but be reflective of your actions. Okay? So why do I say that? It's because of the fact that, yes, if you've ever been involved in politics, there are some necks that you have stepped on to get to where you want to go. If you've been involved in anything being successful, there are some backs that you have stepped on. There are some necks that you have sat on. There are some people who you have insulted with your words. But the key to that is that if you come back and you let those people know that it wasn't personal, that I was just trying to move forward, because moving forward in a society that was built on the foundation for which this country was built on, no matter how much you say it's the best country in the world, the foundation for which it was built on some heinous and some disrespectful atrocities that have happened to people for others to advance. Take it for what you want. I'm just dropping it like I got to drop it today because I feel good, because I'm walking in rhythm. And so let me go back to that. Now, right, you may not agree with her. You may not agree with her political stance or political journey. You may not agree with her personal life. You may not agree with anything that that particular political party stands for. But if you think that things are going to get better based on what you've been through already for the last 3 to 4 years, then I would question what you are doing in your journey. What you are doing in your journey to think that what we have been through is going to get better going forward. And how's it going to get better for you going forward? Now, am I a person in the glass house throwing stones? Not at all. I haven't mentioned a single name. I've mentioned events. I've mentioned her name because I'm saying this is what I see on the social media platform. I've seen shirts that are for sale that say Joe and the Hoe. How could you ever come out and talk about somebody? If somebody turns around and says your mother was a hoe, how would you feel about that? So you have to be reflective. And that's what we're talking about. People in glass houses should not throw stones. You need to check your own background and check your own life before you try to evaluate someone else's life. So, with that, I just want to ask everybody one question. If this video hit the national market and went out to all 300 million people in America, and if they had an anonymous questionnaire, and the one question that I want them to ask, what makes you dislike or say anything negative about a person, a place, a group of individuals? And you had to come up with a logical answer, not an answer of someone else's answer. Come up with your own logical answer, why you dislike somebody so bad, or why you are such against anybody of a particular group that doesn't represent your group to advance. You tell me that question, and I guarantee you that 95% of people could not come up with a logical answer. They would come up with the answer that this country was built by me, and you don't really know your history if you think this country was built by you. You don't know your history. And so, what you would become, if you don't know your history, then what will happen is you'll follow someone else's story. And so, we have to look at this is that people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. And people who have not experienced or lived the way that they believe that they are talking, that they are thinking, or that their actions don't elevate someone to a place of peace or to elevate yourself to a place of peace, you will never find peace, my friend. You will never find peace. And so, with that being said, I just want to pass that on to people. I think that your views are your views, and you are at right to say what you need to say. But let me explain something to you about this thing called karma. Karma is really real. For some of you who may not think it is, karma is really real. Now, it may not affect you. It may affect someone in your family. It may affect your children. It may affect your grandchildren. It may affect your great grandchildren. But whatever you put in the universe is coming back. The velocity and the intensity that you send it out to the universe, it's coming back with the power of 100 times of how you sent it. So please understand, as we sit around here and we move forward to try to bring this world back to some type of normalcy, that your throwing stones because you live in a glass house and that your life is perfect, is that it's going to come back. So, like I said in my post, don't judge me until your life is perfect. Don't judge these words until your words are perfect. And don't judge my actions until your actions are perfect. All I'm trying to do is be a conduit of the information that was given to me by the Creator to share with you all in this platform. And so I say, as we move forward on this wonderful Thursday for me, I hope it's just as amazing and extraordinary for you as it is for me. That as we move forward, we got to realize that people in glass houses should not throw stones, because what you fear is what you are. Understand that. This is your man Rory T. Edwards bringing it to you every Thursday, Throwback Thursdays. I love it. I had a different scene today, but I forgot I got over to the scene to be in a glass house. The internet was down, so I had to come back to the residence. But also letting y'all know I'm sporting my new John Carlos 68 shirt. Go on his website. Definitely support the cause, support the cause, but support the man, because he is one of our icons that is still with us. And so, as we end today, I want to tell you that if you missed today's Throwback Thursday, you can see it on Saturday on YouTube. Go to the Rory T. Edwards YouTube, Rory T. Edwards, and pull it up. Subscribe to my channel. Like some of those videos. And if you missed today's, you can see all of the Throwback Thursdays that have occurred prior to this one. You can also see some of the other events that I have participated in to share some knowledge that was bestowed upon me by the journey for which I've taken. And as I say and always will say, please remember that you cannot withdraw what you did not deposit, but remember where you live, because people in glass houses should not throw stones. Again, it's your man Rory T. Edwards. I'm gone on a Thursday. I wish you well. I want you to be safe, but I want you to be and stay woke. Rory T. Edwards. I'm gone.